Rob, first home game of the season. Just reflect a little bit on last week at Gloucester. What's your thoughts on it a few days on?
I'm kind of okay with it, and I think, I know some people kind of find that hard to work out, but you see the bigger picture. You know, only 13 players involved in the game were involved at Twickenham, so in effectively our last Premiership game. We go away to Gloucester with a fair bit of pressure on them. First game of the whole Premiership season. Kingsholm's a fantastic place, great atmosphere. They've got a new head coach. There's a lot of things for them to play positively for. And we go there, and with 4 minutes left on the clock, we look like a team that's likely to win. Now we've ended up just getting the losing bonus point, but I've said this many times, in tight games we've won. You know, we had Saracens at home here in a semi-final a matter of 2 games ago, and if we don't score from that last drive and more, was that an awful performance by us? Well, it obviously wasn't. You know, because this game, you know, they've scored the last try. Does it suddenly become an awful performance wise? No, it's not become awful. Are there things we can work on and improve? Of course there are. You know, it's rare for us to have 2 5-metre driving line outs and 2 good spells of pressure 5 minutes from the line and not come up with at least 1 try from those 4 moments in their own. So there are things we've got to work on, but they're very much process. They're A, B, C, D, E things. You know, I think probably where we fell down at Gloucester was we probably got onto the D and the E a couple of times before we'd gone through A, B, C. And that creates things like scenarios where we're knocking on the line, where our moore's not quite pumping itself over the line. That linked with a little bit of release of pressure from a couple of defensive frailties by, you know, giving up a bit of territory easily in the middle of the field. And that's about it, really. If you take those things out of it, you know, especially as I think, and you know, everyone is agreed that there's definitely a Gloucester try in there. That's, you know, you go. And that's including the referee department. You know, they know that's not a try. You know, it's not, and you knock those things together, and you go, well, there you go. You know, we're close to getting, you know, 4 or 5 point win at Gloucester, and that's the truth. That's not me making things up. And I'm not going to go after the players in an over aggressive manner when we went into that game saying the important thing, guys, is you showing the attitude and the qualities of saying we want to go to Kingsholm and we want to win. We're going to work extremely hard to make that happen, and we're going to keep coming at you right to the end of the game. When we did all those things, you know, I get to see the physical stats that the players put into the games, which obviously spectators can't, and the level that we worked at was right up there with some of our best wins last season. So I'm not going to go after the players and say they weren't out there and they weren't trying. Did we make mistakes? Yes. Were there reasons and excuses for that? Yes. What does that mean? Well, that means as a coaching staff, our job is to put training weeks together that help them work at those processes and improve those skills, and we'll look to be a bit better this weekend against London Irish.
London Irish, as you mentioned, they come back into the Premiership, they win their first game. What sort of threat do they pose this weekend?
Well, I think their biggest threat is that they can actually come down here and genuinely enjoy being back in the Premiership and come into Sandy Park and playing against, you know, Exeter, who've had a couple of good seasons. That makes them dangerous, but it also means that, you know, we've got to very much focus on ourselves and go, well, let's make sure the game is about what Exeter want to achieve and not what London Irish want to achieve. And we've been very good at that in the past. You know, I'm not getting overly carried away with that we were champions and they're the promoted team. That just doesn't work like that. London Irish aren't what you describe as a newly promoted team. London Irish are much more in the mould of a Harlequins or a Northampton when they spent a year out of the Premiership. You know, they're a well-established club. They've been in the top half of the Premiership numerous times. They've not been a yo-yo club. They've not been just someone who's just got promoted for the first time. It's a totally different thing. Now, I look at them just purely as a Premiership club. We've had some very good games against London Irish in the past, and I'm expecting it to be a tough game of Premiership rugby, and we'll have to put large blocks of good pieces of play together if we want to be successful.